global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello guys, welcome to Global Happenings. Today we have a trending news for you, and the headline reads, I can't keep calm anymore. The level of impunity is getting out of hand. I must speak. Obasanjo speaks. But before we go into the news proper and further analysis, we'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button below. Beside it, you will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Okay, let's go into the news of the day. The former president of Nigeria, I'm talking about Olusegun Obasanjo, has revealed why he will continue to speak out on national issues even when others opt to keep quiet or he is viewed as confrontational. Obasanjo, who spoke on a wide range of issues in an exclusive interview at his Abeokuta, Ogun State residence, said he believes that it is a sin punishable by God for him to see something that is wrong and not being able to condemn it. What would be my benefit from government for me to see something that is wrong and not be able to say this is wrong? For me, it is a sin punishable by God. And if I come to tell you this is not right and you give me explanation towards that, I might understand, he said. The former president, who queried why he should sing praises of anybody, added, I am not a general to keep quiet. I am a general for what I believe is the best for Nigeria, humanity, and what I believe God would want us to do. One perception in some quarters that he has been confrontational with almost all his successors, particularly ex-President Goodluck Jonathan and incumbent President Muhammad Buhari. Obasanjo said his interventions are motivated by his love for Nigeria. His words, I won't call it confrontation, I won't call it taking on. Again, I will thank God for the perception he has given me. And as I've said to you now, again, without being immodest, there is nobody who have the kind of outreach I have had and the type of experience that I've had. Like I've told you, I learn in every situation, even in prison. I called the 419 boys to come and teach me their tactics just to learn. I think I love Nigeria and humanity, and my experience has shown me what is possible. Okay, well, what you call confrontation, let's take somebody like former President Jonathan. He came and I even threw every caution overboard because after I nominated him to Umar Yar'Adua, he accepted, and when Yar'Adua died, I thought this was an opportunity for the minority. Of course, you all know that there was that feeling in the north that our man has not completed his term. He won that election and suddenly he started something that was outrageous to me. He started speaking and calling Ijaw nation. I had to go to him and ask, what is this Ijaw nation nonsense? I said, if you take the Hausa Fulani as one unit, they may be larger than Yoruba. But if you separate Hausa Fulani, the Yoruba will be the largest tribe in Nigeria. I asked him if he ever heard me talk of the Yoruba nation. What he did was nonsense. Now, if I go to him to say, is that confrontational? I said to him, what is the population of the Ijaw? It was not only the Ijaw that voted you into power. It is the whole Nigeria. It's Nigerian nation and not Ijaw nation. But he didn't listen. But if you call that confrontation, it is up to you. But for me, it is not. On a disagreement with Buhari, despite supporting him in his first term, Obasanjo said, for what reason should President Buhari try to monopolize the security within a particular group? And then he captured the judiciary and legislature. The Electoral Commission captured, and the impunity and incompetency, taking security not too seriously. And you're expecting me to keep quiet? On the 2019 presidential election, he said, when you talk about the last election is gone. It wasn't an election, but a declaration. There was an election, but the result was not the true result as far as I'm concerned. Asked whether his position means that the candidate of People's Democratic Party, PDP, Atiku Abubakar, defeated President Buhari, Obasanjo averred, this was not what they declared, but I believe that was what happened. This is not the first time we would have that. We had it in the case of MKO Abiola too. Well, that's the news. You have heard his opinion. You know, a lot of Nigerians are wondering what could have happened that former President Olusegun Obasanjo, fell out with former presidents to Ebele, Goodluck, Ebele, Jonathan, who he had held and single-handedly delivered as the president of Nigeria after, of course, when Omar Yar'Adua died. He a lot of persons were wondering why all of a sudden they don't see eye to eye. Obasanjo had to leave PDP, said he was no longer a card-carrying member because Goodluck Jonathan was already the president and was also a member, a strong stakeholder, but finally the truth was beginning to come out, and that's what he was trying to say is the fact that Goodluck Ebele Jonathan forgot the fact that he came in on the platform of One Nigeria. He now started calling that he's an Ijaw nation, minority group and all that. I actually noticed that period too, that Ebele Jonathan was always wearing Ijaw clothes. But then that's his culture really. But then trying to make it open, Olusegun Obasanjo had to caution him, say, look, be very careful. You didn't get to this place on the wings of Ijaw. Ijaw people are very minor. They're very few. They're small in Nigeria. Ijaw people alone cannot deliver you as a president. Be mindful of the fact that if you carry them, they're making Nigeria a Ijaw nation. You are making a rude mistake that may cost you the next ticket, and the Hausas may not be happy over it. Eventually played out. These are people on the corridor of power. Eventually released the reasons why he actually started antagonizing Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. But whatever you will say, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan did not do quarter half of what we are seeing now, where we begin to see the Hausa Fulani, particularly the Fulanis, being the full citizen, and every other tribe is a slave, not even half a slave, because of the way security measures are being carried out in Nigeria. And Nigerians are reacting negatively to this, because you begin to see herdsmen beginning to feel as if they are the true owners of Nigeria, and Nigerians are slaves technically to this country, and that will not go well. And this is the same thing he's still saying, that he will not keep quiet and see impunity being happening in Nigeria, and he will keep quiet. No, he will keep talking. Even if others are tired, he won't keep calm. But before we go to the full analysis, let's just feel the pulse of Nigerians over what he has said. This one here is saying, if people like you came out and shamelessly said that the 2019 general election was not an election but a declaration, the only thing left for me to say is wonder shall never end. Really, here is a man who came out publicly and declared the 2003 general election as a do or die affair, and is now shamelessly accusing another person of the same thing. He even did worse than that. Why are you the only one that is fond of attacking your predecessors? People like Gowon, who were your senior in military, are there, or are you better off than Gowon? You are just an attention-seeking former president, that is all. Not that you performed or anything spectacular when you were there. You have even forgotten how you used the military and other paramilitary and rigged your way into power for the second term, and was even taking a third term. Would you have won election in the Southwest if not by rigging? Would characters like Ayo Fayose have won election in Ekiti and other southwestern states? Please stop playing God while you are just an ordinary mortal. That is your opinion. Well, everyone is entitled to his opinion. You may be right, you may be wrong, but then it's your opinion. This one here is saying you too talk, give solution, too much talk. Okay. This one here is saying, oh, this is expected from an elderly statesman. This one here is saying, Baba, you are on point in all you're saying, but I can see you're seeing clearly now than when you were in power. I support as one of you fathers of this nation. I support you as one of the fathers of this nation. You have the right to speak out. Whatever you deem right for Nigeria, whether they take it or not, it's up to them. This one here is saying, hey, you are perfectly in order, sir. And it is biblical. It is not about doing good to anybody, but it's very much about saving your head. How? For me, God told Moses and Aaron the second time. Yes, Aaron was there, and he said, God clearly speak to that rock, and he shall give children of Israel and the animals water to drink. This one is saying, Baba OBJ, you remain blessed and God is happy with you. This one is saying, look at the man who wanted to remove term limit and continue as Nigerian president forever. Shameless. This one is saying, but you are one of those that put the terrorists in power. This one here is saying the former president Olusegun Obasanjo, please, any decision you are taking should be backed with substantial support from others, not on your personal decision without backups. Your decisions brought Buhari reign into power. Look at what Nigerians are suffering. During your reign, a lot of jobs opportunity, price of fuel was controlled, positions in the federal government was shared according to public agreement. Buhari administration damaged a lot of things. He cannot fight insecurity, corruption, economic inequality, all this based on wrong plan for choosing Buhari as president, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Okay, but basically this is it. Nigerians are actually coming for his head. When he was in position, what did he do? Why is he throwing blame games? Buhari, that is in power now, he brought him in. Goodluck, Ebele, Jonathan, he tactically brought him in. So basically, all his predecessors, the people after him that started reigning, one way or the other, his hand, he endorsed them to come in one way or the other. Now Nigerians are suffering, he's talking, but then that's basically what he will do. He's no longer in power. It is them that is in power. That God will punish you if you don't speak. To me doesn't make much sense. What makes more sense, the fact that let there be rules. But like one person has rightly said, I could still remember OBJ trying to have a third term and even rule for forever. There's something about power, really. When you get in there, it takes God for you to have a control over it. But then, whether he speaks or not, Nigeria is in what it is. We don't want talks now. We know the truth is, an average Nigerian knows what is going on in this country. We all know. The challenge is, what do we do now? That's where we are in now. What is the solution now? The IPOB members will tell you, let us break up, let us secede, let us take Biafra. Then Oduduwa will say, if IPOB in Biafra want to go, Oduduwa should also follow suit. The Hausa Fulanis, the Northerners are saying, nobody is going out of this country. All of us will remain here. We need to govern somebody. We need to preside over people. We can't preside only on ourselves. Collectively, all of us have our resources and we want to take out of it all to harness us as a whole, so nobody leaves. So that's the challenge they're having right now as a country. Some set wants to go, some set insist that the country may remain, and they like the way it is. The status quo should remain the way it is. So that's where we are in now. So what is the solution? What's the way forward? That's the question. Not just talking it, let's act it. Talk now, do. Let's talk it as we are doing it. Not just talking it and no one is doing it. But that's my take on it. What do you think is the issue here? Why is Olusegun Obasanjo beginning to speak up now that he's no more the president? When he was the president, what really did he do that would have changed the situation of things or made Nigeria better? Let's go to our comment section, please. Let's interact. What do you think about the opinion?